call. Hey, Crystal, how are you? We got another face on the call. So this is our team call. I'm just gonna give an introduction because I just pushed record. So every single Wednesday, my kids are in school, and this is like the only 100% chance I can dedicate my time to you. And so I want you guys to understand this. This is me saying, don't call me, don't message me, don't don't try to get a hold of me, anybody else in the world. I want to focus on my team and my people that I love, and I want to be successful. So when I have these team calls, it's because I truly want to focus on you, give you value. I want us to connect as sisters and be here for you guys. So it is February the 1st, and so it's our first team call in February, and basically today I wanted to just open up a Q&A, and there's some new faces on, so we're going to kind of introduce, and you know me, I'm going to throw in my 2 cents here and there, and I've already told you guys just before I even push record, I have to repeat it, but the whole point about this business is sharing and selling ourselves and what we have to offer. And I know that selling is kind of that icky word, but I didn't say sell Shakeology. I didn't say sell the product, right? I said sell ourselves. And that's what the business is about, because you are amazing. You have something amazing to offer. And so we have to just take ownership of really what this stuff has done in our lives. And then we got to share it. That's what this is about. It's not necessarily easy to get ourselves out there and be bold, but that's what we're called to do, right? We're called to share what's working for us. So anyways, okay. So Crystal, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, I just want to make sure your the screensaver is your picture, and so it's not live. And so I'm like, are you there?
I don't know what I'm doing.
No, it's totally fine. I just wanted to make sure that you were here. And so Crystal is this is what we're going to do for just a couple of minutes. We're just going to kind of go around and share just a little bit about each other and how you're even here on this call. That way we can kind of connect in that way. And then I will open up questions. We'll start with questions for challengers and challenge groups. And then after that, we will switch over into our coaches team call. And we are going to kind of hash out the plan for the month. So I'm going to start with Denise. I'm going to put her on the spot. But we were just talking a second ago of how Denise and I met, which was online, and she's in Florida, guys. So that's what's really cool about this is that she's not Texan. She's, what do you call it? Floridian? I don't even know. Yes. Okay. And so, but we just connected long ago online, and I asked her, I'm like, I know you need this. I can tell everything you're telling me, you need this accountability in your life because you want it so bad. And so let's just do it. And it took her a while, which is totally awesome because you got to be ready. And we want people who are ready, right? So, so I just wanted to have Denise kind of share a little bit of her story and what made her finally decide she was ready. And, then we can kind of move on, and we'll talk next. We'll talk to Crystal. And then when you have the spotlight, if you have any questions or you have anything to add as far as challenge groups and as a challenger and your struggles and how you feel about your journey right now, please share that at that time. So, hey, there we go. It worked. Okay, Denise, go for it, sister.
Okay. So like Chanel said, we've been Facebook friends for a while. I don't even know how I ended up bumping into her page or something, because I was with another coach before. Actually, I was with 3 coaches before. Obviously, that didn't really get me anywhere. So I came across her page somehow, and we just became friends, and she's always been so motivating the whole time, because like she said, I just started buying Shakeology maybe December, November last year, and the whole time she was still trying to push me in, but I don't know, I guess I wasn't fully in it because I never joined a challenge group. But once I did, that was it. I was like, okay, this is what I need to do, and I want to do this for someone else too, just be there and push them through and just see how far they can go. So that's what I'm trying to do, is just all new to me. I'm trying to figure out like what I'm supposed to do and how to start a page and all that. So, but it's a did.
Yes, no, awesome. Can you speak just like a little bit on if there were any fears involved in your journey, not even the coaching, because that's a whole nother beast in itself. We're there, but I'm talking about like months ago of personal fears or personal stuff of maybe why it took you a while to go all in.
I think I'm just one of those people that want to see results right away. So it's like I do my workouts, but then I don't see it, so I kind of fall off track. And I wasn't as strict, I guess, as with the eating. Like I would do my workouts, but then I would still eat stuff that I know I shouldn't eat. But I was like, oh, it won't hurt. So I don't know. I guess I just wasn't really giving it my all. So then I didn't really see the results, and I would just fall back off track. And it was just like I was just falling off the wagon the whole time. So I don't know. I guess that was it. I don't know.
Yeah.
Really, like a fear thing. I just wasn't really putting myself out there enough to be consistent. I guess that was my problem. I would let whatever was going on in my life just take over.
Mm-hmm.
So I wasn't prioritizing it, I guess.
Yeah. And then was there ever like a feeling of I'm tired of this? Like I'm sick of being how I am and I know I need to do something to change. Like was there ever, I've spoken on the last couple of calls about like a feeling of disgust of like I'm disgusted with, I've been trying this for so many months and it's not working. So I'm disgusted and I'm ready to make it happen. Like was there ever that feeling for you of okay, now's the time. Like I'm done halfway doing stuff. I'm ready. Like, was there ever a feeling of that for you?
Yeah, I think that's what happened to me, middle of last year. That's exactly how I was feeling. So that's when I was like, okay, this is it. I gotta do it. I'm gonna do it the right way. And that's when I got the challenge pack for the heart corpse because it was 22 minutes. So I actually finished that one straight through. I didn't take any pictures, which now I wish I would have because I'm sure I would have seen more change. So I finished that one. And I think after I finished that one is when I got in touch with you to get into a challenge group. And then I did the 21 days. I think I did it twice. But again, I didn't take pictures. So now I did take pictures for the extreme, the 21-day extreme, which I finished. And I just started my second round on Monday.
Okay. So now you know that for your people that you're helping, like one of the number one things you're going to do is say, you better take a picture like now because that is huge. And it's a big encouragement overall. So awesome. So yeah, so we're so glad to have you, Denise. And you are Beachbody. Like your story is exactly what that's how we, change lives is exactly what you're talking about. So, okay, Crystal. So it's so great to like meet you in person. I love this call because we can like, yay, we're finally meeting. So share a little bit about you and how you even got on this call. Like I know Jamie is your coach, but yes, several of the girls don't even know Jamie. So just share a little bit about yourself.
Well, I got involved back in September. I think whenever you had got her into a challenge group, and so I'm always fussing about how much I hate my body and all, I have 3 kids. I have all girls, 11, 9, and 5. So I'm very busy, as you can imagine. But the effects of having 3 kids is not pleasurable either. But so we were always fussing about our body and stuff and how much we hate this about it and all that. And I've always tended to exercise, but I've had my spells when I like wouldn't exercise for a while for whatever reason, just get lazy. And so anyway, she asked me to do that challenge and about the whole Beachbody challenge where you could get paid, which I didn't get paid that much, but I did it. I was kind of disappointed in that part, but so anyway, JB got me into it, and because I was just tired of of complaining about the same thing and wanting different result. I mean, doing the same thing but wanting a different result. You know what I'm saying? I guess was what I was tired of. And so I did the 21-day fix to start off with. I did like 2 rounds of that, and then I went to the extreme because it was like free on demand. And then, like, I guess right after Christmas, I did the all access, where I could do more than just the 21-day fix, because after a while you just get tired of doing the same. I get bored pretty easy, so I have to change it up. So now I'm doing the core de force, and I made I can see results, like I can in my pictures, my before and after pictures and stuff. So I printed out the list, and I'm actually trying. I've only missed 1 day, and that was only because I couldn't sign in. It's the only reason I missed it. So I just went back to 21-day fix. But I just want to, I'm 42, so I want to be toned. Like aging has all of a sudden like realized, oh my gosh, I'm not 20 something like I feel like I am some days, and so I just want to be toned. I want to still wear a bikini this summer. I want to be right. I mean, I want to be that girl that they're like, dang, she's 40 something. Oh, snap. I want to be that girl. I probably won't be, but I want to be in my mind. I want to think that they're thinking that anyway. So, I guess that's my story. I just, tired of, having to go up in sizes and having to do double digits and all that. I want to be where eventually maybe I'll probably never get down to double. Like, I'd probably do good to get down to a 10, but still, just to not be going up the scale, but go down the scale. But again, I just couldn't keep complaining about it and eating and too, I'm from Alabama, so everything Baptist, so everything revolves around food. That's all we think about is food. So it's hard, to eat healthy when you're living the South, I think, for me.
Absolutely, girl. You're not alone. Here in Texas, it's the same way. And I've always been the black sheep. And like they would have, eight totally different than what everybody else is eating or improvising. And now they're used to it.
Yeah.
But yeah, like it is hard, and you do have to have a certain level of discipline. But for me, that's exactly where the challenge groups have come in, is like, I know that you ladies are looking to us for tips and help, and are you staying on track? And so for me, it is a no-brainer, because I'm like, I have these other ladies that I'm responsible to show you that it's doable, that we can do this. And so it's changed everything for me, because it's just a bigger picture. It's not a personal journey for me anymore. It's a live the lifestyle, be the light, show other people journey for me. And it's just been so awesome in that perspective. Because I also do think that personally, and you guys could probably speak to that, but if it's only about ourselves and the way that we look, that only goes so far too. There has to be some deeper level of, why are we going to stay consistent? And so super true. So what would you say, Crystal, is your biggest takeaway or biggest like thing that you have loved the most or appreciated the most about the challenge groups?
Probably just the accountability of knowing, that doing what you said you was going to do, kind of thing. Like following through, and that, you're not the only one, even on those days you don't want to push play, or you don't like on Saturdays, but I really don't want to exercise on Saturday or Sunday. Just the accountability of, not being alone in it, I think would be mine.
Yeah. Absolutely. No, and that's exactly what I always hope that it is. That it just is it's a big enough difference that you need to keep doing it. Like, to me,
Yeah.
that's success. That's a challenge group success right there, is that it's good enough, or it's made a big enough difference in your life that you have to keep doing it. So I love that. So thank you so much. But I think that as we go into, I'm going to move on to Shelly and Ashley in just one second, but as we move on to February, one of my biggest things that I wanted to just challenge you guys with, as far as moving forward, is go all in. like, I know that most of you guys probably are going all in. But as far as your own personal fitness and wellness journey, today, after I did T25, so I'm supposed to be doing Country Heat, and I'm a little part of me is like, oh, I really want to be dancing. But there's this other huge part of me, and it's that feeling that I had during T25 when I wanted to quit, when I wanted to stop, and I was out of breath. And I actually looked at my husband and said, I'm about to throw up. That feeling right there, I cannot even tell you, is amazing. And that feeling of I pushed as hard as I could. I did not stop. When my husband is stopping, I did not stop. I looked at that screen and I said, I'm not stopping. You're here for 25 minutes for a freaking reason. And if your kids come walking around that corner, I want to show them that I'm not a quitter. I'm not going to stop. And so there was so much behind my why as to why I pushed play this morning that it's not even funny. Like, but that's where I want you guys. I want you to be pushing so hard in your workouts. And I know Ashley talked about this, I believe, in your post yesterday about you're on the 3rd round of Core de Force. So it's like, what more changes? Am I still going to be challenged? Or how can I make sure this is challenging? Or, you know, some of you guys are on your 2nd round of the 21-day fix, or whatever it may be. But what I realized was it's not the program, guys. It's not the program that's going to get you the results you want. It's you. It's you. And it's your effort in the program. And so all these people, I've gotten so many objections lately of, I can't do the home workouts. I've tried, even some people that are in our current challenge group right now. I just am not, I don't feel like I'm getting the best workout when I'm doing it at home. Let me tell you something. If you have pushed yourself to the limit workout, like pushed yourself to where you're about to throw up, there's no question whether that home fitness program is just as good as a program at the gym, because I've done them both and I'm about to make myself throw up in both. And it's all about the effort you're willing to put in. And so my biggest challenge for you guys as far as motivating you to the next month is go all in. Decide today you're not going to eat the crap that you let yourself eat last month, that you're going to do the portion control containers, that you are going to step up to the plate when it comes to fitness. And so when you push play tomorrow, I literally want you to look at yourself in the mirror or whatever you got to do and say, it's time. I'm going as hard as I can. I'm going to go all in, the best that I've ever gone all in right now, right here. And when I get done, I'm going to have the biggest satisfaction that I've had yet with any of the workouts. But it's a decision. It's a decision. And I think a lot of us, like Denise just talked about, we want that instant gratification. Do you know that I get instant gratification almost every single day because I'm pushing myself to the limit every single day? So if you want instant gratification, if you want that feeling of, that's it. That's why I have to do this again tomorrow. That's why I'm not going to quit. That's why when we go on vacation, I still push play. That's why when my kids get up earlier than I want them to, I still push play. It's because I'm getting instant gratification every day because I'm pushing.
And they give you that sweet.
So please make that commitment to yourself that in February, you're going to love yourself. You're going to love yourself hard. And the way that you're going to do that is you're going to push your limits this week or this month.
I like the
level, with your fitness, with your nutrition, with everything.
I don't like the quick cook.
Okay? I hope that you are in with me because that is your motivation. It's yourself. You have to self-motivate yourself because ain't nobody else going to do it for you. Nobody.
I mean, no, not me.
Okay.
That's what I am. I'm your motivator, right? But sister, I cannot be in your living room with you. I cannot be yelling at you like Shanti yells at you. Like, you have to find the motivation in yourself. All right? So everybody, virtual high fives. Are you in? We're in all together. All right? Okay, so it is 1 o'clock and just in time. So we're going to move on to our team call. And in this switchover, Shelly, I want you to share a little bit about your story and how you got here, and then Ashley, really short too. and then we will move on to our Q&A. And hopefully by the end of this call, we're all going to be on the same page, and we're all going to be like ready to rock the month. So, okay, Shelly, share a little bit about your story.
Okay, so when I first jumped in this, I, of course, was at a point in my life I was disgusted. But where I became a coach, it was more of just jumping in and just doing it. I didn't think twice about it. Angela had asked me, and I talked it over with my husband, and I thought, okay, I don't want to get into something that I'm not gonna complete, or I'm gonna have to struggle with. So I need to, if I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do it, and I'm gonna be all in it, and there's not gonna be any ifs, ands, buts about it. And so he was like, well, it's whatever you want, And so I did it. I signed up, and I had originally told her, well, I'll think about it and then get back with you, but I actually didn't. I just jumped in, and I don't have a real reason why I did it. I just did it. And the more I get into it, I've been talking to Chanel, and the more that I get into being a coach, I find my reason. I find my reason why, and it's an emotional one, and I don't know if I could say it without crying, but there's a lot of mothers out there, and not just mothers, there's a lot of dads out there who struggle with special needs children, and who have lost children due to their special needs conditions. And I'm one of those parents. Sorry.
It's okay. Do not apologize. Your emotions are welcome here.
This month is a really hard month for me. It marks the 4th year he's been gone. There are so many out there that I've seen posts. There's a mother who right now her baby has been in ICU since birth. And, all the while I'm sitting here thinking, okay, so the baby's being tended to, he's being cared for, but who's taking care of the mother? Who is making sure that she's got all she needs while she's caring for this child? Because, you have to have strength, and you have to have it every day. You can't just have it, part of the day or some of the day. And I just feel like you can get your strength from God, but your strength also comes from within. You have to pull it out, and sometimes people just need that extra inspiration and encouragement and motivation to pull it out of them. And so I just feel like that's where I come in. And I don't know. I don't have it all together just yet, but it's coming together in pieces, and I feel really good about it and nervous about it all at the same time, because it is a huge step out of my comfort zone. But you can't do what God has planned for you by staying in your comfort zone. You have to jump out of it, and you have to just go with it. And that's where you're going to be seeing the success, and you're going to see the results of not just what you want from yourself, but what you want to see from other people as well. I don't know if that makes sense.
Yep. Absolutely, it makes sense. And I'll just give you guys a little background on Shelly too, from my perspective of just to help encourage you guys and help you understand the whole process. So my vision for us is a sisterhood, and I say this over and over and over, because when I add coaches to my team, it is my dream that they add coaches, and that we one day are going to have 200 people on this 12:30 call on Wednesdays. That's my vision. I want us to have a connection. So Shelly, so I signed up Angela, and Shelly is on Angela's team. And I have seen Shelly at work, and she is amazing. And you guys have seen her in the challenge groups as well. But she's a light on Facebook too. Every single day, she's bringing light to the world that needs her. She's sharing her story, herself, in a unique way. And that's how I feel about our entire business, is it's our opportunity to make a unique difference in a unique way. It's not a boxed in thing. It's a however you want to do it. So I wanted to make sure Shelly knew how amazing that she was doing, and that she needs to go all in with this business, because there are people who need her. They need her. And we've had a lot of conversation over the last couple of weeks, and I probably have given her a little bit of tough love, and she's probably like, who in the hell is this crazy person? But I hope now, after today, I think I left you that message yesterday, that you know where my heart is, and you know where I come from, and where I know God put me on this earth to lead a team. And I know He put me here to challenge you guys in ways that others are not going to challenge you, to help you think outside the box and truly help you live a life that is obedient and is abundant, and probably never anything you even imagined it would be, but that's what I'm here to do. So I had already made the connection that Shelly was doing an amazing job, but that she had a very unique story, and that her past is fueling her future. Her past, what she has gone through, is why she is staying motivated. It's why she is able to encourage other people. Do you think that it's easy after losing children to motivate and encourage other people? Absolutely not. I have not even been through that. And I can tell you, like, the gut feeling that I feel right now to think of what she's gone through, but she's doing it. She is encouraging people. She's motivating people. And there are a special group of women out there that she just talked about. And that's what I did. Every time we got on calls, I'm like, okay, I want you to do this team cup with me, but we're going to have to figure out, like, your why. Like, do you need help paying for bills? Do you need more money to help schooling for your kids? Or are you wanting a new home? Have you outgrown your home? What is it that would help you fuel your reason to do this business? And basically her response, it was, well, we're happy. Like, we actually just bought a new home not long ago. We're happy. I don't really need anything. But then it dawned on me. I was like, no, you're right. She has everything she needs. But she needs to encourage the mothers who are going through or have been through what she's been through. And then her response to me was, I never even looked at it this way, but this would be my way to leave a legacy for my son. Doing this business and helping other women, encouraging them and helping them find that drive, find that joy, find that reason to get up in the mornings would be my way of leaving a legacy for my child. Like, is that not the most amazing, amazing thing? And so I am excited about Shelly's journey, and it's going to be amazing. It's that belief system that I tell everybody about. We can see it. Once you see why you're doing it, now you got to do the hard work, and you got to truly do what you just said, Shelly. You got to reach out to that mom who you're like, okay, Mom, what are you doing to care for yourself? I've been there, done that. What can we do? What can I help you with? I'm not talking about selling her a challenge pack or selling her anything. I'm talking about you saying, what is your address so that you can send her a card? How are you doing? What would be helpful? Start a relationship with those people. And so I do want to speak to everybody else on the call regarding this. But I was on a call with corporate yesterday. I scheduled a call with the Diamond 1-star director person, which you all will get there. When you hit Diamond, you'll get added to this group if you want to be. And so I scheduled a call with her because I was like, let me just see what she has to tell me to help me, because I'm done being where I'm at. I know I have a lot to offer. I'm just not reaching all the people that I know I can reach. And one little small part of that talk was, how many connections are you making every day? And I was like, well, I have on my list to do like 5 hellos. And she's like, no, no, no. How many connections are you making every day? She said, you need to be making at least 10 connections. I'm not saying a hello. I'm saying a connection, meaning when you see someone post they're having a bad day, guess what? You write their name down, you go over to the messenger and you say, I saw your post. I want you to know I saw it and I'm thinking about you. And I'm sorry for what's going on. I just literally, that's all you have to do. And guess what? That's number one. That's a connection right there. Or if someone says anything, if they're looking for a new hair product or they're looking for anything that you actually can offer a solution to them, and I'm not talking about Beachbody, I'm talking about just a regular old friendship solution, that's the connections that you're going to make. And I don't know what it was for me when I talked with her and she was like, connect. I'm not talking about hellos. I'm not talking about a formal thing here. I'm talking about just be a friend. But you need to do it with 10 people every single day. Because this is the thing, that connection, that's Beachbody. That's what makes us different than the rap girls. That's what makes us different than the Roden and Fields girls. That's what makes us different. It's truly being a friend, being the light that these other people need. So I just wanted to share that with you because it was kind of for me, I don't know why, I'm like, that is me. That's kind of who I am. Like, I do comment on people's stuff. I do send random messages. But it was like, you got to send 10 of those a day so that you let them know that you are a real person, that you do really care. And then the second part of that, when you do that, do you realize that when you post your next post on Facebook, who's going to see it? The person that you just sent the message to. So if that post happens to be about why you decided to push play that day, the real reason why you had to push play that day, or the struggle that you're going through that day, that you don't want to do anything, you don't want to get out of bed, you really don't want to do anything, but you did it anyways, those people are going to be the people that see those posts. So that's why it's important to do 10 connections every day and add 10 new friends every day. It's because that's the only way that we're going to be the light. That's the only way that we're going to get our true message out there, which is really who we are. And that's to be a friend, to be the light, to be the motivator, the encourager. So if we're not actually taking action and doing that, then nobody knows that that's what we do. So that was a little rabbit hole, so I'm sorry. I kind of went off on a tangent there, but I just wanted you guys to make that connection that I made yesterday of like, oh, that's all that means? That's not hard to send out 10 comments and connecting with 10 people. That's not hard, guys. It's not hard at all. So make it a priority. The 4 things that I took away from that call from her was this: 10 new friends a day, 10 follow-ups a day. No, excuse me, 10 new friends a day, 10 conversations, connections a day, 5 invites to anything. That's an invite to a free group. That's an invite to your challenge group. That's an invite to, you are rocking your journey. I have been following you. Have you ever considered being a coach and doing what I do? Because I'm not an expert and I'm finding joy in doing this, and I think you would really love it too. Just 5 invitations, and I'm not talking about it has to all be coaching or has to all be a challenge group. No, just 5 invitations to anything that you're going to be offering, and then 5 follow-ups. So what that follow-up is that if you have invited someone previously, then you would follow up with them and say, I'm just thinking about you this month. I haven't heard from you in a while. This is what we're doing. Or it's for the people who have purchased in the past and you want to introduce them to the All Access Challenge Pack. That's what the follow-up is. So those are the 4 things. I added one to all of that, and it's recognition. So if you have a challenger that you've brought into a challenge group, you need to recognize them. And you need to recognize them publicly. Why? Because people are honored whenever you showcase them on Facebook publicly, but also it lets other people know what the heck you're doing. So just consider, if you bring in a challenger to a challenge group, you might need to consider just showcasing them and saying, this is what my challenge groups are about. This girl has showed up every single day, and she just told me that she has more energy, she feels more connected to other people around her, and she has confidence that she's never had. Like, simply share a picture of her and words, and that's it. So just make sure. And then, of course, if you add any new coaches, you need to be sharing that on social media too, because that's what we do. We showcase, we recognize, we lift up other people, and that's just another way to do that. Does anybody have any questions about those 5 things before we move on? Okay. All right. So Ashley, you're up for sharing a little bit of your story and where you're at.
Dates back. It doesn't feel like it's dated back so long, but it really has. So I connected with Chanel via her husband Matthew because we used to work night shift together. And I don't even know how Matt and I got on workout programs, but we did in the middle of the night. And he told me about Chanel as a coach, and I'll connect you with her. And so Chanel popped up in my inbox one day and offered me something that seemed really good. It was Shaun T related, and I love him. And so I joined a challenge group for the first time, and I had done a lot of home workouts in the past, but I'd always ordered them from beachbody.com or an infomercial. So I didn't know what a coach existed. I didn't know that challenge groups existed. So it wasn't until I did T25 that I got the full picture of what it was about. And then I got in the best shape of my life. I dropped great weight. I got all toned up and nice. And I think Chanel asked me a couple times to be a coach, but I was like, yeah, no, not right now. And I'm not really sure what clicked, what made me decide to say yes. I just finally did. So there is, from that, I learned that there's treasure in the follow-up, and to keep asking your challengers that have been with you a while, hey, are you ready yet? Are you ready yet? Because that's exactly what she did with me. So anywho, I continued doing programs, and I kind of fell off every now and again and thinking that I could do it by myself, but in reality I couldn't. And accountability groups really are like a lifesaver to me, to have someone to check in with. And then in 2015, I lost my dad, and I just got in this really dark space, just very dark. And I used food to kind of fill that void, and I kept away from people. I kept away from accountability groups. And I just could never get back on that groove of how I used to be. And then Core de Force came out, and it was kind of just changed my life because it's given me that spark back, that confidence back, that, hey, I'm not where I used to be physically, but I'm getting there. And I'm determined to prove people that I can get there without having to do all these quick fixes. And I think that consistently posting to social media has been a lifesaver in my business, because now people will just comment and be like, your page is where I go to get motivation. Like, someone wrote that the other day, and I was like, wait, what? Really? Just me telling you that I sweated and doing a selfie is somehow touching your life in some way. And it's just amazing. Like, Chanel's always hammered consistency. And I've never done it really. I've done it for like 2 weeks, and then, I don't know, work gets to me, and then but this is the first time that I consistently have been on my A game when it comes to posting and allowing people to see what it's like to be me, and being honest in my posts about my dreams and my goals and where I want to go with it. And it's just kind of taken on a life of its own. And it's allowed me to kind of really view why I'm doing this coaching thing. And I'm looking for people that are like me. Women who look in the mirror and they just don't like it. They dread it. They know that they're better than what they see, and they want that change. And I said my why in a post, and I didn't even realize it. I was like, I want women to look in the mirror and not be dreaded, but feel love. I want them to love what they see, whether they're single on close to 30. I want them to feel like, yeah, I have something to offer to somebody someday. Like, I want to be that light and that encouragement, and just really that light in a negative time, because it really sucks right now. And to have a page that people can resort to for positive energy and light, and not Trump fixated or Democrat fixated or Republican fixated, it's the best relief that people get right now. Like, I don't know. I just kind of gotten cocky about Beachbody because I know, and it's finally clicked, that we are different. We offer lifestyle things. It's not just, oh, take these pills for 30 days. Oh, you lost that stomach fat, you wrapped it up, and then all of a sudden it's back the next month. No, we're teaching them lifestyle things that they only have to pay one price for. One price for. People go to the gym every month and they don't get anything done. So I don't know. I'm just gotten really cocky about it, and it's taken me a while to get cocky about it. And so now it's not a sell to me. It's sharing what works and showing them and proving them what works with the mindset of, yeah, by December of 2017, you're going to wish you had joined me. That's really my goal at this point. For all those people who continue to take shortcuts, that's really my goal, is every month to give them a after picture that says, yep, 90 days from now, you should have joined me. 120 days from now, you should have joined me. And by December, they're going to be punching themselves or hitting themselves in the butt because they didn't capitalize on the opportunity that we give. Nobody does what we do.
Nope.
Nobody.
Hell yeah. Nobody does what we do.
That is what we do. And
Nobody does.
It's a shame that people don't get it. And my goal is just to hammer it in until they get it.
Yep.
Prove it.
Yep. No, I like literally love every single thing so the things that you just said, Ashley, are the things that you need to share on video, which is basically what you shared in your one video.
Yeah.
Of like being a little bit cocky about, don't give me that crap about those things that you're trying. And like, that was kind of my thing today on my post. I'm like, reason number 5,600 and makes me want to say curse words. Like, quit saying you can't get motivated at home. Quit saying that you can't do this. Like quit.
Mm-hmm.
Am I echoing too long? Am I echoing still? No? Okay. So
Guy's gonna laugh at me right now. It's my dad's birthday, and my sister's in the background making banana pudding for my dad. If I keep looking up and down, that's what's going on. She just made the comment. She said, I'm laughing really hard because we're on a Beachbody call and I'm over here making banana pudding.
That's okay.
Yeah.
That is life. But your sister should know, like, we're real people. She's been in our groups. Like,
Yep.
It's all good.
This is funny.
The irony of it.
I have to tell you, that was the irony of the situation.
So funny. Yes. So yeah, like I just actually love every single thing that you said, because I think we all get to that point at some point where we're like, this is the solution. This is it. And, I want to run with the people who recognize the value in that. And that's a perfect transition into all the questions that I know you guys have, and what are we going to do next, and that kind of thing is what you said. And my response was, I want to run with those who are ready to run. And that is both with my challengers. Like, I don't want people to do it half-ass. Like, I'm sorry, I don't. I want people who are ready and going to show up every day for themselves, because if I could do it for you, I would, but I can't. And so I want people that are going to do this. But it's the same thing with you guys as coaches. Like, I'm going to run with those who are ready to run. If you're not ready to run, it doesn't mean I don't love you, but that's why I have these calls every single week, because you can still connect. But I want to make sure y'all understand that there's a lot of coaches on our team who are choosing not to stay connected. I have offered weekly calls for months now, like literally for over 6 months. And so you always have the opportunity to connect with your team. It doesn't mean you have to be perfect. It doesn't even mean you have to be growing your business. But I want you guys on these calls just for community, just to hear other stories. And you never know, someone else's story, someone else's comments, or the things that I'm talking about that day, it could ignite something in you that you've not had before. And so just know for future that any decision that we make as a team and me as a coach, that if it doesn't make sense and it's like, okay, well, I don't feel like I'm part of the team, or I don't feel connected, it's a choice. And most often it's yours. It's not mine. It's yours. And so tell me, let's kind of go around, and I want you guys to ask your questions of, I know I'm just going to let y'all ask so I can make sure that I'm answering your questions, and also giving you all a chance to chime in for what our plan is for the month of February. So Ashley, do you want to go first, because you commented first with those two questions, and I don't have it pulled up, so I can't even remember exactly what you asked.
Yeah, so I was just clarifying, no Fit Team on Facebook. And for any people, what you're doing is for any people who may have purchased from you in the past, you're not putting them into the Fit Club anymore, but you're just saying, hey, if you need anything, here's where I am. Do you mind if I check in with you monthly just to see how you're doing and if you need anything? And then that's it. And then the app people are active Shakeology people, like people who really are committing to the journey.
Yes. So I'll preface this with, as your leader, my goal is to grow our team. I'm pushing to be a premier or elite team this year. The only way that will happen is if our team is growing. Not me, our team, meaning you guys, and you're adding new people and you're growing as a person. So I personally am choosing to only allow people who get on Shakeology Home Direct to join my app group, my VIP group. Now, most often that will be a all access challenge pack, because it's dumb not to do both together. And most often I can help them understand that's what they have to do. But if they just purchase a program, they are not going to be able to be in my challenge group, because they're not ready. And I know that a lot of you guys can speak into this, and maybe you would say that's not true. I was ready, and you let me get into your challenge group without Shakeology. So I definitely want to hear from y'all on this. But yes, I will basically be checking in. I'll have a list of them going. I will check in on them and be their coach. And I will probably check in with them maybe weekly, maybe bi-weekly, because I want them to know that they are very important to me. But there's a big level of investment that they chose not to make in me. Therefore, I have to put up those boundaries with them. Now, that could make me lose customers. That could make you guys as my team be like, what? I mean, y'all, you let me in on a group and wasn't drinking Shakeology. But I believe for me to grow and go to the next level, I have to start putting up boundaries for requirements, because in all honesty, if I don't take myself serious and what I offer, nobody is going to take me serious. And for 7 years, it took me to realize that I have to start taking things seriously. And so, yes, so I hope that I answered the VIP group question. Does anybody have any questions about, and remember, this is me personally. This does not mean that you cannot do whatever you want to do with your groups. Now, if you need help and you want to partner with me, okay, I've got 5 people and I need to run a group with you. I just need a refresher. I just need this. Then your requirement to be with me in a group is all your people need to be on Shakeology Home Direct. But that's me and how I'm choosing. You guys do not have to do that at all. You can always have your own app group. You can always, always, always please consider partnering with other people in our team on a group, and you don't have to require anything. You can do whatever you want. But remember, in our app group, if they aren't on Shakeology, they're still going to get a reminder to drink Shakeology. So there's always that weird, like, okay, well, is that a good thing or a bad thing? I don't know. So, okay, I want to make sure I open up the floor for anybody else to chime in on their thoughts on that, and just clarification for you as doing your own thing. Anybody have any questions on that? Is everybody good? Okay, and then the next question was the F.I.T Club. Am I right? Is that the next question part, was the F.I.T Club? Okay, so I am not going to do the F.I.T Club. Basically, in a short answer. And I explained this to somebody already, and I think it was maybe Shelly, or maybe, I can't remember. But anyways, okay, so the F.I.T Club originally was a place for you guys as coaches and for myself to put people who didn't want to be on Shakeology, or who couldn't afford it, or whatever, who weren't on Shakeology, and for my coaches, for you guys to have a place to call home. Like, you wanted to show up, but you don't want to grow a business. You just want a place of accountability. Well, the problem with the F.I.T Club is that if I give you guys a place that is comfortable, you will never grow as a person and never grow in a business. So my job is to help you grow personally and in a business. And so if you want to invite a few people to a challenge group, then you guys choose how you want to do that. But I will no longer be having a place just for people to hang out, because for me, that's very enabling. I've had a heart-to-heart with my success partner, and she was like, when we do that, we are enabling everyone to stay where they're at. And I had the F.I.T Club for well over a year, and I will tell you that 99% of the people in there, including coaches, never made any progress on their own personal journey nor their business journey. And it's because I created a place that was comfortable. They're like, well, Chanel, I can show up every day in here, and you're here to support me, and all these other people are to support me. Why do I need to get uncomfortable and invite people? And by the way, I really wanted to grow a business, but it's not working. Like, there were so many different objections that I was getting, and nobody was growing. And every customer that was in the F.I.T Club that was not doing both Shakeology and a program, they were not getting results. They would fall off about after 2 weeks, and then they would reach out to me again in 2 months. Like, I know I fell off. I really need to get back in. I'm like, okay, well, this time you need to do Shakeology. Well, I can't really afford it. Okay. And then the same cycle over and over and over. So the short answer, really, that was a long answer, but I will not be offering the F.I.T Club as an alternative to running challenge groups or a place to put people. But that's me personally. I'm not telling you that you cannot open up your own page and put your own people in there. My advice is to don't make the mistake that I made. So be very mindful. Guys, I'm willing to go down the hard road for you. And when I do, I come out kicking and screaming and saying, don't do what I did. So this is me saying, just be careful. If you do a group and you're helping all these people for free, you will lose the joy of coaching. You just will, because in the end, what are you gaining from it? You're gaining exhaustion. You're gaining emotionally draining situations. But if you're actually truly helping people, and that requires a sacrifice on our part and their part, that's where you're going to get the joy and the success from everybody. So I hope that makes sense. Any questions? I know that Amber, you had asked about the F.I.T Club, so hopefully I answered your question there.
Yeah, that pretty much answered it, because in the thread where I was talking about the girls that I had to put in a group, it got really confusing because there were a whole bunch of comments that happened like really fast, and I couldn't completely figure out which way it was going, because you were asking, do we want to open the F.I.T Club? And then it was like, well, that's not going to be one of the challenge, where the challenge group would be held. And it just got confusing really quick. But now there's clarification between what qualifies for the apps, what qualifies for actual, the app is an actual challenge group, but I mean like Facebook challenge groups. And then now that the F.I.T Club is just kind of gone. So that cleared it up a whole lot. I was just really confused going, hang on, what's going on? I need to know where to put these ladies.
Yeah.
But
hopefully you all know now, when you guys ask, okay, what am I supposed to do with these challengers? That's your decision now. It's totally your decision. If you want to do an app group, if you want to do a Facebook group, whatever you want to do, it's totally the ball's in your court on that. And that's where I'm so excited to watch y'all grow, because I don't want you to feel helpless. I don't want you to feel nervous. I want you to feel empowered to figure out how you're going to help your people.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, and we've been going back and forth in a message trying to figure out like a name for the group and exactly what we're doing and stuff like that. So
Perfect. And then one other thing, okay, any other specific questions before I move on? Because I'm going to answer, Denise messaged me earlier about the confusion with these challenge groups and like the coach basics. So I want to clarify that. And I only have about 5 minutes before I have to go and get my boys. So
Okay.
what other questions
I don't know if
do you
it's
have?
so much a question, but I kind of have, we had talked about me making what did you call it? A
Fan page?
Facebook page. Yeah. I was thinking of maybe going with Healthy Warrior Moms. So, I mean, like, it just, last night we were trying to figure out, a name for our challenge group for this month. And the list that I was going through, I seen Healthy Warriors. So I just kind of added the moms to it. And so I just wanted to see what y'all's intake was on that.
And you're talking about a page where you would focus on helping other moms that have special needs or who have lost children. That's what you're talking about?
Yeah.
I mean, I love Warrior. I think that's amazing. And to me, Healthy Warrior Moms is definitely a tribe type thing. So I think that's awesome. Why don't you do this for me? Why don't you just sit down at some point today and just write down like 5 to 10 options and think like deep down, like you're wanting to honor your son, you're wanting to create a community of other women to honor their children and to be the warrior for their children. So look at it from that perspective, but write down 5, I would say 3 to 5 options of names that really speak to you, and then post it in our team page within the next day or so. And let us all help give you feedback. I think that what you came up with is great. I think it's totally fine. But I also know that I've changed my page name recently. And it was because my heart is community. My heart is a sisterhood. And the Fit NP did not represent what I want to do with my business. And so I just want to give you options. And then it may all come back down to Healthy Warrior Mamas. Like that may be what you end up coming down to, but I just want you to spend a little time in prayer and also a little time in getting feedback from other people. And that way you're like, that this is it. I prayed on it. I've gotten feedback from my team. Like this is it. And does that make sense? Okay, so if you'll just do that and then post it into our team page, and then everybody that's on the call, if you guys can just commit to commenting and helping Shelly whenever she posts that, I think that will be super awesome and helpful for you. And then same thing with everybody else. Like I know Denise will be working on getting you a fan page up and running, but I also don't want you guys to lose sight of the fact that if you don't continue to have conversations and not necessarily invite, but connect with people and add new people, our fan pages mean nothing. Because until we are authentic and until we start like having those numbers of people that we're exposed to, we can often spend way too much time trying to figure out the perfect name and figure out the perfect this and that on those fan pages, and we're not doing the things that we really need to do. And what I was told yesterday on that corporate call was you have to spend 90% of your time recruiting and connecting and talking to new people. 10% of your time has to be on the other part of the business and helping a team grow. 90%, guys, of our business is making those connections. And if we don't do the 90, we'll never make the switch where we can grow a team. So make sure that you recognize that. Okay, really, really fast. I've got 5 minutes, and I'm going to talk to Denise. So Denise, I know you were asking, what do I do now? Like, what do I do next, right? So technically, what I do with a new coach is I let you tell me what you want to do, what you're ready to do. I'm going to push you, and I'm going to get you out of your comfort zone. But if you're not ready, that's okay. So what I generally do is I need you guys as new coaches to invite 3 people to join you in a challenge group. And then at that point, you join me in the next challenge group, and I teach you how to run a group. So Denise, you jumped right in because you were already in one of the challenge groups, and you totally took over Fridays, and you completely rocked out as a coach on Fridays, and you've showed up, you've done everything perfect. So in my opinion, you're totally ready to do a challenge group, even by yourself. Do I recommend that? Never. I don't ever recommend anybody doing a challenge group by themselves ever. Partner with someone. And for me, like Ashley, she is so close to Diamond. I'm like, bring it on, sister. We're going to do a challenge group this month together again, and I'm going to help you get to Diamond. Like, we got to keep pushing. So if you always need to consider partnering with someone, because we're always better together, and I want you guys to feel that team connection with each other too. So now you are going to partner with Amber and Shelly, and y'all are going to run a group together. So you're going to do it exactly the same way we did. You're going to pick days. You're going to post engaging questions and engaging posts. The one thing you can't do is just barely show up and only do your Shakeology and workouts. You have to show up as a coach. So that's my biggest advice for you guys when you are doing your own groups. Please recognize that those people truly are depending on you to be successful. And so you got to show up more than just drinking your shake and your workout. So that's your first step, is those groups. That's the bread and butter of our business. That's how we acknowledge people. That's how we get people results. And then the next thing, and this is team-wide, for those of you who wanted to do a coach basics, I am going to get all the information together today. And the only way I've been able to log into the Coach Basics myself is through adding you all to a bigger team page. And I'm trying to avoid that because we're our own team, and I don't want you guys to get confused, because I know you're already confused. And so I don't want to keep adding to the confusion. So my goal is to somehow figure out how I can get you a one-click link to go to Coach Basics. And what I'm asking you to do is go all in. The Coach Basics is super, super simple. It literally is only going to take you about 15 minutes a day to go through the module. It's a 30-day module. You click on it. It's self-explanatory. It has amazing videos. And at the end of every single module, this is what it does. It says, how much time did you spend on personal development today? And you have to be honest. You have to say, I spent 5 minutes. I spent 0 time. I spent an hour. Well, guess what? You guys spent over an hour today on personal development because you were on this call. It also is going to say, how many people did you send hellos? Did you connect with today? It's going to ask you to put a number on the paper, on the computer, on the module. So you can either lie or you can tell the truth. And so it's going to help you do the things that I'm teaching you guys to do. Then the next one's going to be, how many invites did you send today? How many people did you invite today? You write it, you put it in there. And then the last thing is score your journey today. Your fitness, your health, wellness journey. 0 to 10. How did you do personally today on your wellness journey? So I'm telling you, this Coach Basics is amazing. It's super simple. The module itself is only going to take you about 15 minutes. But if you didn't do personal development, well, you need to add on about 30 minutes. You need to get in some sort of personal development. And those of you that are in the Team Cup, you should have purchased the book. Let me grab it. Relentless. So this is our personal development every day. So you need to be reading at least 15 minutes of the book every day. So basically that's what the Coach Basics is. It's just walking you through the basics of the business, but also it shares with you like the simple things that we need to be doing every day. And it also talks about Shakeology. It talks about everything. I'm telling you guys, it is well worth your time. You really are going to learn. And from now on, if I onboard a new coach to this business, this is how this is going to go down. I'm going to send them their welcome pack. I'm going to give them everything they need. I am going to actually record a very short video and say, you got your welcome packet. I'm welcoming you to the team. When you're ready, you tell me when you want to be added to our team page. They tell me when they're ready to start coaching. When I add them to the team page, I'm going to give them a checklist, and basically their next to-do list is to start Coach Basics as soon as possible and run a challenge group with me. That's it. That's all the new coaches on my team are going to start doing. I'm going to welcome them to the team. I'm going to get them a little checklist. I'm going to partner with them in a challenge group, and then they have to do Coach Basics. And that's basically it, because I have to know the ones who are serious, and the ones who are serious about a business, they're going to partner with me. They're going to do the Coach Basics. And it's not going to be difficult to move forward because they're doing all the things that I asked them to do. So, Denise, you've already rocked it out. Like, you've totally already done everything so far. So your next thing is just to start on Coach Basics. And seriously, it is super simple. You're going to feel great about it because it's so simple and like, okay, I can totally do this. And that's what I love about it. And that's why all of my coaches are going to go through it. And I'm sure down the line, whenever I hit 2-star, 5-star, we have a 5-star team, then I'll get my husband to do our own Coach Basics. But for now, it's so amazing and it's so streamlined, and I don't see any reason to recreate the wheel when they were offering us to add our coaches into the group. So any questions about the process of what you do when you first become a coach? Because basically that's it.
Another call, because I don't want to take up people's time, but kind of review that more slowly, because like I said, Tamika is interested in running the business, but I want to start her off right. And right now I still kind of feel, what am I supposed to do this? When am I supposed to do this? Can we get her? I just want to make sure it's as easy breezy as possible. And if I'm spastic about it, then so is she. So if we could just meet maybe on a separate call and you can kind of walk me through what I need to do with her, because she did say that yes, she wants to try to run the business now. Because for a while she's just been discount, but.
Yep, no, I think that is perfect. And matter of fact, our next call, that's what we'll talk about. We as a team, Denise, perfect example, and even Amber, because you're slowly jumping back into things, and then Shelly, we all need to come up with what would have been helpful for us. Because you guys know I'm very transparent about this. I did not have someone teaching me any of this. I didn't have someone showing me the ropes. Like, I'm creating the ropes for our team. So what I've done has been terrible. I mean, like, most of the stuff I've done has been scattered and like, I'm confused. I don't want y'all to be confused. I want you to feel so comfortable with, that's it. Like, that's all I got to do. If I bring on a new coach, well, bring it on. I'm going to bring on like 10 new coaches. So like, I want y'all to feel that comfortable with the process that it's a no-brainer. So next week, we will dive in more specifically on onboarding new coaches, for sure. Absolutely. That's a perfect call. Any other questions? This was awesome. I'm always so glad to see everybody's faces. All right.
Really, really quick. I caught the majority of the Coach Basics, but my baby girl had a blowout, so I had to go change the diaper and clothes. So the group that we're going to be in, you said for the Coach Basics for the month of February, will that be posted, the information for that, in the team page?
Yes. So I'm in the process right now of figuring out how to get you there without being added to another group.
Okay.
Right now, the only way I have been able to log into the Coach Basics is through another group. And I don't want to put you in another group. We are already in too many groups. So I'm trying to find a landing page for the actual login page. And I know it's possible, but for whatever reason, every time I try, it won't let me log in. So I'm going to do the best I can before the end of the day to actually just get the landing page. And what I'll probably do is I'm going to add it to our team page and then tag you all in it. So that way you can go in and try it and then tell me, did it work or did it not work?
Okay.
And then that way you'll start. And it is super simple. It's self-explanatory. Literally when you log in, it has Coach Basics at the bottom, and then it has day 1 through 30. And it tells you exactly what to do every day. So that way, every day you log in, and then also it's going to give you emails if you haven't been present in a couple of days. Guilty. So like if I missed a couple of days, like I be getting emails and they're like, where have you been? So it's really awesome. But that's what my plan will be before the end of the day, is to actually get the link up and then y'all tell me if it's going to work for you or not.
Okay.
Okay. All right. I got to go get my boys. Thank you so much for taking time out of your day. You guys have no idea. Like, I want you to be successful so bad, and I'm willing to take time out of my day because I know that you are capable of doing amazing things. So, I'm here. The best place to ask questions is our team page. That way we all can help each other. And I'm here. So let me know if I can do anything for y'all. And then I'm excited for the month. Bye, guys.